Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And of course, the program is replayed in its entirety on the cable stations on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Of course, many of you today use one of your internet devices to reach the Bobby Dupre Show, and we certainly ask you to tell a friend, call him up or her up, and ask them to watch the Bobby Dupre Show. And another thing we like to do is we like to remind you that good sponsors make all of this free to the public, and we want to keep it that way. So when you have an opportunity, please assist one of our good sponsors who spend some good money to make sure that the Bobby Dupre Show stays on the air. And my sidekick here is Andrew Guitros.
Good morning. The Bobby Dupre Show, FDIC insured and OSHA certified, it looks like this morning.
Well, you know, yesterday afternoon, I wanted to walk around out in my backyard. It's my own private park, I guess you could call it, with the pond and the beautiful trees and the waterfalls. And I just wore my timeline safety hat to get in my backyard. The ice was kind of falling.
Big chunks.
Trees were kind of branches could have hit me in the head or something. And I have these, and of course at the same time, this way I can put in a plug for Timeline Builders.
For sure.
Kendall Broussard is my partner in Timeline, and of course Kendall can assist you with all of your construction needs, whether it's commercial or residential. He is a graduate of UL Architect College, and is a licensed Louisiana architect. So he can take it, he can draw up your design, help you design your plans, and then he can build it for you. And very reasonable and he's got a good personality, easy to work with. And that's important when you're designing a building.
Done projects for multiple banks in the area, which you know has to be very secure. Done work for some of the hospitals in the area, some of their walk-in clinics and all that, so you know it's safe. So I mean,
some beautiful homes, $750,000, $1 million homes, $400,000 homes. Kendall Broussard, Timeline Builders. I think I can probably take this
off now. You take all that off now?
I've made my
fall out the sky, well, I'd be careful. I might want to put that hat on after a while. How about if I get some sponsors while you're unsuiting? Let's go with Targill Seasoning and Butcher Supplies. Let's see if our rookie on the graphics is working well this week. Seasoning, Butcher Supplies, cutlery, kitchen supplies. If you're a restaurant, if you're a grocery store, if you're a caterer, if you're just a guy that likes to cook on the weekends yourself, Targill's got all those type of things that you need. Maybe you want to get in your own seasoning business. You want to come up with your own blend that you want to sell. They can help do the packaging and the whole 9 yards on that. Or if maybe you're not sure what kind of exact recipe you want, but you want to put together a little thing. Maybe grandma is having the family reunion. Everybody's going to get together, all the grandkids and great-grandkids. You could make maybe a little seasoning thing with some pictures of the family on that canister and give something to give out to everybody to have during the year. Real good thing to do at Targill.
Unusual.
That's right. And let's go also with Steamboat Warehouse. Get mom away from the smell of her own cooking and go bring her to the Steamboat Warehouse. I'm going to show some pictures in a little while of their big gumbo cook-off that Steamboat supports every single year. But go by the Steamboat to have all the great seafood, the great steaks, wine selection second to none, good ice-cold beer. If you like me sometimes and all you want is a near, not a real beer, but one that looks like a beer, but non-alcoholic, they got that there as well.
Kind I use now.
That's right.
And I don't even drink, I never think about drinking those anymore.
I have those whenever I go, a little bit fizzy, but
you hold the bottle and you fit in with the glue.
Like everybody else,
that's right.
And I always got the great oysters and crawfish, all those great meals. Go by the Steamboat Warehouse in Washington.
Right, and let's, we have a couple of objects that we want to use. Yesterday, now we taping on Wednesday like we normally do. Matt LeBlanc, one of the assistants, I'm sorry, he heads up our department here, and he was kind enough to leave his house, about the only Delta Media employee working right now probably, but he knows.
Because all the roads are iced over, in case anybody watching us right now doesn't realize.
Doesn't realize. That's kind of why we dressed up, I am, with all this.
You had to get picked up in a four-wheel drive truck this morning to get you out of Ducharme Lane.
That's correct. Kind of slippery out there, but that would have been Tuesday morning, kind of wanted to see what was going on, kind of nosy, and maybe get a couple of pictures. Well, found out when I got to Piggly Wiggly, they were closing the doors. They were just shutting down. It was about 10 o'clock. Everybody was closing down. Drove over to the Chevron station at the entrance to Opelousas on, what would that be, Cresswell, off the I-49. They had just closed down. The Shell station closed down. Sterling, GMC, Buick, they were closed up.
All that frozen rain.
Right. Joe Smith Furniture, who was trying to have a sale to close out for good, they were closed. And when I drove by Sonia's Deli and Donut Shop, I saw one vehicle out there, so I eased on in there, and I'm glad I did. I had never been, and I passed there constantly, and I knew the young lady who owned the business. In fact, she and her husband. And I went in and got a couple of pieces of nice donuts. These are cinnamon donuts here.
Show us there, Matt, so you can see what he got in his hand.
This is a cinnamon donut, and this is a cinnamon roll, and we'll just cut a little piece off of this, and kind of hard because I bought this on Tuesday, but I can tell you one thing.
It's still going to be good.
It's going to be delicious. Very, very good. And then the next picture we have is of Sonia. And so Sonia was in her first marriage. She was
in the donut business.
So she comes to this place here with she and her husband, and I'll show a picture of Jonathan. That's her husband here, and he's in the kitchen, but he knows everybody in the community. He knows all the people that I know, he knows also. We had a great visit, and I just, you know, I'm happy to see the young people coming into the businesses in our area, because they got to take people like me and others my age. We need to sit aside, and of course we help David Link.
You're and pushed out of the way, is you trying to say?
Yeah, pushing me out of the way, and I'm liking that. And Miss Vicki Frederick and Marty Hebert over at Integrity Oilfield Supply sold my interest there. Let some of the young people help them get into the business, and then step aside and get out of the way and do precariat gacho. But I'm still very interested there.
The photo here, they also don't forget that they also a deli, not just donuts, not just cinnamon rolls, but also a deli, smothered okra and everything else.
Good breakfast. I had a delicious
you had a
breakfast.
Plate dinner for breakfast?
Yeah, that was a breakfast right here.
Man.
And I don't know, I just can't say enough about the attitude they have. There was also a young girl, Chastity, a picture of her. I took it well. You dropped it. You lost it along the way. I always blame it on him. If you can't find a picture, he dropped it. It's somewhere in the computer.
Okay.
But anyhow, Chastity is a graduate of Opelousas High. She's attending LSUE, and when she doesn't have a college day, she's at the place making donuts and helping them get started at 4 a.m. in the morning. Actually, their hours right now are right at about 6:45 till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, because they serve plate lunches also, delicious looking plate lunches.
Would this be her back there? No.
If it's a young girl.
It's a young girl back there working. That's close as I got.
Yeah, that's probably her.
There we go.
But I had her at the machine. But anyhow, we went back there today. Wednesday morning, we didn't think we were going to be able to do the television taping, but we woke Matt up around, I guess, 10 o'clock or so, and he finally found a way to he lives out south of, well, that would be what? East of Leonville.
You'd have sworn it'd been up north, because boy, he could hardly come through all that snow. He told me this morning.
It's bad. No, but the ice is bad. A lot worse than the good snow. Is easy to navigate.
Here in the city's about 3 or 4 degrees warmer, and much more traffic. So we knocked the ice off the road pretty early. But out there in the countryside, It ain't easy. It ain't easy out there.
So anyhow, where are they located? Sonia's is on the Service Road, I-49 Service Road.
Between Cresswell and Judson Walsh.
And Judson Walsh. And I'll certainly recommend it for all of their donuts and the sweets that you're familiar with in a pastry shop. They have it, and they also a deli and good young people that need our support.
Well, how about this? If you're on that area, while you're going by there, in that area, right on the corner, it's Piggly Wiggly grocery store, and go by and see Joey Quibido at Piggly Wiggly South. Of course, they got one north of Opelousas as well, and one in Simsport as well, which would be very north Opelousas and Simsport. Joey did all the catering over at the Ball Mosque this past weekend, which is a great, great event. Let me tell you, the food was excellent. I want to thank Joey and his lovely wife who did all the catering and all the good food. You go by Piggly Wiggly for all your roasts, your smoked meat products, all your grocery type products. Go by. Don't forget about them for catering as well, just like they did right here for this big event. Really, really good food.
You can take the picture off now, Matt.
They can dress it up.
We don't have to tell our other assistant.
That's right. Everyone was in tuxes for this event, but Joey can do the events if you're doing just a little gumbo for some of your buddies. He can help put the plates together to do all that type of thing as well. Don't forget about them.
Get something else. I'm
moving.
I'm
How about this? You
eat.
go ahead and eat. How about this at the Ball Mosque? I'll show a couple of these photos too. I got Gage Duplichamp, Princess Austin Guitreau, and my little boy Andrew Guitreau over at the Ball Mosque this weekend, which is a very, very nice event. I want to thank the ladies of the Garden Club here, Opelousas Gardens Club, who did it. My mother Janice Mesh and her husband Malcolm. And
How is Malcolm, by the way?
He is doing fantastic. He had a little bypass
Yeah, he had a little problem
thing done
there.
and did a pacemaker.
But he had a good nurse.
Fantastic. That's right. My mother taking care of him. She's definitely a nurse. And we've got King Armé, who is Louis Labriere. Want to congratulate King Armé. That's two of his kids. I think that about 40 kids in the court, and I think Louis is the father of all of them. I mean, it was a bunch. But Louis did a great job as the king. And I ran into Mr. and Mrs. Mike Leger and their two beautiful daughters as well. You know, our good buddies, he and Tommy Dejon over here in town.
Opelousas attorneys.
And how about Matt LeBlanc, who've been talking so badly about here working production? There was Matt LeBlanc with that band. What's that band called? It's Foreigner? No, it's not Foreigner. It's One Trick Pony. That's the name of the band. Did a fantastic job mixing up brand new music. Music for some of us older people too that recognize things. You'd have a good time. And the master of ceremonies, Al Boudreau, was there. And let me tell you, Al was not short of words.
That's Sebastian.
Robbie Sebastian as well.
On the left.
Robbie's been the captain for years over there, and I mean they do a bang-up job. I mean it was just a very classy event over the Civic Center, and of course to keep everybody in line. My good friend Shad Fontenot was there as well. So I'm early that morning to Walk for Life as well. He worked, I guess,
long double shift.
I saw him at 8 o'clock in the morning. I saw him 10 o'clock at night. That's a long haul for a man work, and want to thank him for all the good stuff that he's done. Kick back to us, Matt LeBlanc. We got about 30 seconds to the next commercial break. What else can we say? How about
Joe Smith? I did mention real quick, Joe Smith Furniture, going out of business, 55 years. He's thanking everybody as he goes out of business. So go in and ask to see Mr. Joe, and he'll shake your hand and might give you even a deeper discount, a larger discount.
There you go.
Talk to him, Joe Smith Furniture, and he's also on that service road next to Sterling Buick GMC.
You got it. We're going to take a 1-minute break, folks. We'll see you on the other side of 1 minute.